Okay, so for the sake of time, because my phone is almost out of memory, Chris here has been reaching out to us just here alone while I was setting up. He actually jumped out of his little spot here twice. But yeah, so we brought out some things that are kind of relevant to what's been going on and like how he's been trying to get through to us. As I was mixing the cards afterwards, when I put them in a pile, there was actually 3 left over. So I put them onto this little thingy that Addie got with her cards. This is Addie's deck, by the way. Really great deck for learners. You'll see why when I flip the cards, but also super cute deck. It's got the metallic on the sides. It's got the cute little case, and it was actually like really reasonably priced. Anyways, these 3 cards were left out, so I figured they were just like screaming to be heard. So we're gonna look at it. So for a 3 card spread like we're doing, there's a few different ways you can do it, like past, present, future, situation, action, outcome, etc., strength, weakness, advice. However, the 2 that they suggest are these, but the one that's most relevant to us is Mind, Body, Spirit Tarot Spread, which employs 3 cards to explore mental, physical, and spiritual aspects of a question or situation. This spreads light on things that are needed to bring balance to the current life. So it helps you gain a holistic understanding of a situation by examining its mental, physical, and spiritual dimensions. So we're going to do what it says here. So according to the book, this first card should relate to thoughts, beliefs, or intellectual aspects. So we're just going to go ahead, flip this card like that so that we don't impact its direction. So as you can see on these cards, it's awesome because it has a bunch of information, but also it's inverted. So if you want to do a quick read, you know that this card is related to emotional loss, emptiness, void, stagnation. But we'll go into it a bit further. And Ash, just so you know, it says here, the Suit of Cups represents love, emotion, relationships, intuition, and creativity. It is associated with the element of water. So reversed, it is related to self-love, introspection, disconnection, bad news, disappointment in love, abortion, or miscarriages. I'm not going to go too far into that. But in reverse, Ace of Cups represents having relationship issues such as divorce or breakups. It heralds bad news and disappointment. However, this is not a time for sadness, but instead for self-love. Take care of yourself and love yourself fully. In time, more love will come your way. So I really wouldn't take too much into account anything in this, probably other than that last part about, however, this is not the time for sadness, but self-love, take care of yourself, love yourself, and love will come your way. That also goes along with kind of what I was saying, why I think he's trying to reach out, because it is actually just not very long after his birthday. It was on the 17th, and then his anniversary is coming up here on November 3rd, so. Alright, just shook those chills off. So now we're going to do this one. The middle card pertains to circumstances or actions. We're going to go ahead and flip this one, and we got the Knight of Pentacles, guys. So it says, take a practical approach and you will succeed. It is related to efficiency, hard work, and responsibility. And again, this pertains to physical circumstances or actions. So I was just kind of thinking too, is it not kind of funny that like we got the Ace of Cups as our first card? But anyways, so we have here the Knight of Pentacles. So he is upright, laziness, stubbornness. Oh wait, sorry, that's reversed. Upright is responsibility, diligence, consistency, determination. In the upright position, the Knight of Pentacles indicates responsibility, diligence, and determination. It signifies a person who is committed to their goals and is willing to work tirelessly to achieve them. It encourages you to stay focused on hard work and be patient as you make steady progress towards your objectives. So I don't know if that's necessarily about work. I think that's more like working through your grief. That's kind of how I would interpret that whole little section, but we'll move on to the next one. So we have the King of Wands. And according to this, this card delves into the spiritual or emotional aspects. So again, King of Wands, you have the dynamic energy of a leader, big picture leader, overcoming obstacles. And we'll look at that in the book. So I didn't really even make this connection until I looked in the book. But guys, you know how I said the Ace of Cups thing about the first card we pulled? Well, the King of Wands is the very last card before the Ace of Cups. So we just basically went full circle, which is so cool. But anyways, the King of Wands, our buddy here is upright. So he is related to confidence, dependability, strength, protection, pride, charm, leadership, and mastery. The King of Wands is a charismatic leader. He has all the strength, swagger, fierceness, and dependability of a true leader. He has pride and enjoys some flattery. And pride. And if this card shows up in your reading, it could indicate that the opportunity for self-empowerment is at your door. It's time to take on a bigger role and spice up your game. So I kind of feel like that's more saying like you've been playing the role of somebody who is grieving, and I feel like it's kind of saying it's time to move on to somebody who, I don't know. I think the other day going and talking to Dr. Everett was a kind of big step in relation to this card. Now let me know what you think about that reading, girl.